All right, folks, welcome to yet another episode. In this episode, I want to talk about the bosses that a woman has to take before you wife her, or the qualities that a woman has to show before you marry her. So, what is the first sign or the first quality that a woman would have to show, or the boss that they have to take before you wife her, before you marry her? The first one is the fear of God. Okay, if you want to really settle down with a woman, you have to be sure that she fear God, that she takes God's things seriously. She is someone who is willing to add God, respect God, obeys God, and then has a God factor in her life. It's so easy to live with such a woman if she has a fear of God, because she is going to do good things around you when you marry her. If she doesn't have the fear of God, that is going to be very challenging, because she can be very wicked towards you, of course, and then do things that are not really consistent with Christianity or whatever religion that you belong to. So you want to make sure that the first thing that you look out for in that woman is that the fear of the Lord, the fear of God in this person, that will really do good in terms of success of the relationship or the marriage that you want to do with it. So the next boss that a woman should take before you wife her is whether she has a kind nature. You want to be in a relationship with a woman who is kind, so kind, and the kindness extends to you, trying to be kind towards you. Of course, it's so good when you're in a relationship with someone who is kind towards you, will help you in many ways. Kindness is really a key thing, that you need a woman who is kind, who will not come in with wickedness. That will also boost the relationship and make the relationship, thrive, of course. Another boss that she should take, or quality that she should show before you wife her or marry her, is respect. You don't want to be in a relationship with a woman who is disrespectful. You want her to be the type of woman who respects you, who respects your friends, your business partners, your colleagues, who respects your family, your friends. Because a woman that is disrespectful can definitely disgrace you. So before you want to marry her, then you should look for whether she is a respectful lady. That is a boss that she has to take before you wife her. It's whether she's supportive, the supportive nature, and encouraging. You want to wife or be married to a woman who is so supportive, supporting your career, supporting the good things that you do. Of course, if you do bad things, she doesn't have to support it. That should also be a good mark that she's a good wife, or she's going to make a good wife, that you should, marry her. But if you are doing good things like your job, building something, whatever you are doing that is, in the sight of God, good and legally right, she has to be supportive. So if you are in a relationship with such a lady and you want to marry her and then she is not supportive, then you know that she's not taking the boss for you to want to marry her or to wife her. So she should have a supporting nature, an encouraging nature, encouraging you when things are tough, when things are bad. She should be there to encourage you, to support you, to make sure that you thrive in life. Of course, you also have to be someone who supports, the woman that you want to wife or marry. That is definitely one of the biggest things. Another thing that another boss that you want that woman to take before you wife or marry her, or quality that they should show, is honesty. You want a woman that is so honest, that speaks the truth all the time. A woman, you don't want the one who is a liar. It's very difficult to build a relationship with a woman who's a liar, who's a pathological liar, lying all the time about many things. It's going to be difficult building a relationship with such a person. So she should have this quality, honesty, in her finances, in whatever dealings she does with you. She has to show you that she is an honest person. That could be a quality that you want to look at, of course. Another thing that you want to look out for in such a woman before you marry her is whether she is appreciative, whether she appreciates what is done for her. There are so many women today, many men, good men will meet them, try to do good to them, but they never really appreciate what they get. They are always trying to push you against the wall to try and do more, and never appreciating whatever they get. It's difficult to build, marriage or relationship with such a woman. So another boss that person must take before you wife or marry her is that she has to be the type of woman who is appreciative, that the little what you're able to do for her, she appreciates it. She takes it as very good thing that you've done. And then, is thankful for whatever you're able to do in their lives. Again, another boss that she has to take before you get married to her is good communication skills. she should be someone who can communicate with you. So if you are in a relationship with this person and you want to get married to her, but she doesn't know how to communicate to you, she doesn't know how to talk to you, she doesn't know how to flow with you in communication, that is going to be a real issue. She has to be able to do that. Communication skills will definitely help the relationship in many ways. When there's conflict, through communication skills, good communication skills, you can resolve it. When there are issues, things that you need to plan, through good communication skills, you can build it. So, she should have this good communication skills, the ability to understand you when you speak to her, the ability for her to communicate whatever idea she has to you. This good communication is something that she has to show before you want to settle. Another quality that she has to show before you can marry her or wife her is that of the fact that she can compromise. You don't want a woman who never compromises, who always wants things done her way. When someone compromises, it means that the person can sometimes allow another person's view to reign or to be the one that they take. If she doesn't compromise, it means that always everything that you do with her in that relationship or marriage has to be done her way. And that is very dangerous. It's not the kind of woman that you want to be with. So if she's showing that she doesn't compromise, you don't want to be with that person, because you need someone who is, has a capability to compromise when the need be. There should be compromise from both a man and a woman before a relationship can survive. So before you wife her, make sure that she's showing you that she's someone who can take another person's point or view, someone who does not always want things done her way, but also accept your view to be used. That is the kind of person that you want to be with, the lady who compromises. Again, before you wife her, you want to know that she's emotionally mature or she's emotionally intelligent. So when we talk about emotional maturity and intelligence, we're talking about the ability for her to understand her own emotions, become aware of her own emotions, no matter what the issue is, whether there's conflict, whether there's a disagreement. That is she aware of her emotions? Is she aware of your emotions? And is she able to manage your emotions and manage your emotion when there's even a disagreement? If she can be aware of her emotions and your emotions and know how to manage your emotions and also control your emotions, that means that there's going to be very little conflict in the relationship. There won't be much of a conflict. Most of the conflicts in the relationship come because of people lacking emotional maturity or emotional intelligence. So they find it difficult to be able to manage or control their emotions when there's a disagreement, and before you realize they are flaring up, there's conflict, there's debate, there's high tones, and then everyone is fighting. So before you wife her, you want to make sure, many women have this problem, difficulty managing their emotions, difficulty mastering their emotions, understanding your emotions, managing their emotions, and remaining calm. Many women are unable to be emotionally mature. They tend to, have difficulty managing their emotion, managing your emotions. So it means that you're always going to have conflict with them all the time. So before you wife her, make sure that she's emotionally mature or emotionally intelligent. And my last point for you, before you wife her, before you marry her, the quality that she has to show is that she should be a woman who is a good listener, or a woman who listens to you. There are so many girls today who wants to be married, but they never listen to anything. You dare not speak to them about anything. If there's something going wrong that you speak to them, they don't listen. They are the non-listener type. They never listen to any point of view that you have. That is going to be a real challenge when you decide to, wife or marry such a person, because she doesn't listen to anything. You dare not suggest an idea. If something is going wrong, you don't tell her, draw her attention, this is going wrong. Can you make a change in this? They will not listen to you. So if she doesn't listen to you, there's no point in you marrying her or wifing her, because that is going to be a real challenge. There is nothing that you will tell her that she will listen. That will pose a lot of problems in the relationship. So that is another thing that she should show, or the boss that she should take before you wife her. Thank you for watching this video. Like this video, share this video, and I'll see you in the next episode.